Alright, what is up guys? Professor Akali here bringing you a new video of something that I think is not only going to help you guys out there become a better Akali player just because of brand new raw mechanics and just things that you wouldn't expect to do, but this is going to be more of a way to practice playing Akali and just become the highest rank you can possibly be. And I'm here to help you guys. And for those of you that don't know, I've been playing Akali for 10 years now. A 10-year montage will be out very soon. But I've discovered nearly every mechanic possible. I do feel like I'm one of the best Akalis that are out there, so I'm here to help you guys. So let's just jump right into this brand new video. We're not going to waste any more time. We're going straight into the combos, the tips, and all that stuff. Also guys, I am currently doing a true damage Akali skin / exclusive LPP or League Partner Chroma, Emerald True Damage Akali Skin Chroma. I have a ton of skin codes. It includes Akali if you don't have it already. It includes the True Damage skin if you don't have that. And you get the Chroma that no one else can get to you. Guys, to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is follow my Instagram and the link will be down in the description. I have so many codes to give away, so be sure to check out the Instagram and leave a follow. And guys, you're going to enjoy this video. Now guys, really quickly, we're going to go over some stuff I mentioned in previous videos, such as the max range Q, where if you Q at the right distance, and honestly, it's gotten to the point where I literally can just do it every time now. But anyways, this is going to lead into a lot of stuff that is going to help you guys get better. Anyways, you have the max range Q where there's a spot where you don't even have to, you know, go backwards to get your passive proc. It's just already going to be there, like right there. Yeah, oh my god. So guys, this is just experience. But leading into that, you have the EQ combo, which gives you the instant passive as well in a different way. This way kind of like cheats the game, because when you cast your E, you know, you start from here, you end up here. For some reason, when you cast your Q, because you're still in the middle of your E, the game still thinks that you're all the way back here, so you're able to get the passive instantly, so you're able to just hit them with all that burst instantly. Another combo I can think of just off the top of my head would be like, if you're close to them, you can literally just go up to them and you'll ult. You'll end up ulting right outside of the passive range, and then you'll just get it that way anyways. But there are way more mechanics, but I think something I really want to quickly mention, guys, is that you need to practice good practice. And I could go on to flashy mechanics over and over again, and I will. You guys are going to see some crazy stuff, but I really want to mention this now because I wrote this down for later. But I have 3 of my favorite tips to help you guys get better at playing Akali. And the first one is, I want you guys to practice max range Qs, so you're maximizing your damage output and mobility. Because if you're doing, if you're getting close to make sure you hit it, then you have to run all the way back, and then you never know, they might run away, and then you're so far away you're not going to get them. You guys need to always be super max range, and then just weaving in and out as fast as possible with the bonus movement speed from the passive, stuff like that. And then the second one I wrote down is, you don't want to waste your shroud, and you should always be thinking about why you're using it, and if it may be worth using it a few seconds later or earlier in a team fight instead. You can kind of just watch your own replays if you feel that is the case, or that might be the case, but it usually is. Honestly guys, if you're not Diamond Plus, you're definitely not doing it right, so just trust me, you're going to want to check that out. And then the third thing is, I have a lot of streams that you guys can watch, just straight up Akali gameplays, that I highly recommend you guys watch, not because I care about a few extra views, but it's just, you get to see all the micro mechanics way faster. You get to learn, see what I'm doing, so you can mimic it. If I'm owning in a 1v3 situation, what do I do here? Do I go do this guy and then just get my passive proc off of that? There's so many things you can replay over and over again from a better player. On to the tips. So this next clip is actually something I'm going to be showing you guys straight out of a montage that's coming out soon. But you E a minion while diving that's moving away to make a crazy escape. I actually did this several months ago, but if you know you can hit the mark, the E1, and then the minion's going to end up being too far away and start continuing on its path, that's something you can just use. It's this little side that not too practical, but let's move on to the next one. Something I have been doing a lot, which is also from a montage I'm having out soon, is while you're diving a low health enemy, whether it be mid, top, it doesn't matter where, after you land your E, you want to use your R1 to get the execute ready, to get the R2 ready, the damage part. And then you want to end up flying into the enemy, Q right when you're about to hit them with your E2, just to get that little bit of extra damage into their lower health. And then you instantly R2 execute them in one super fast combo, just to maximize your damage, just the most burst possible. For the next tip, this is something that really no one ever does that I see, But imagine this is a low health Ari or Lux. Now what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna throw my E. Say she's low health, right? If I use my E, if I fly into them, obviously every single time the Lux or the Ari is just gonna throw their freaking skill shot, their linear skill shot, because I'm literally flying right into a line. Like, why wouldn't they just throw it directly? But knowing that they're gonna do that, but what you want to do is if you know what's gonna happen, you actually can just ult sideways and then just kill them that way. Because once the Lux Q is gone, once the Ari charm is gone, they're literally just free low. So I definitely think you guys need to incorporate that into your game because it's stupidly important. And even if your ult isn't up, you can literally just like flash sideways. The point is, it'll work the first time, guaranteed. And you know, League has like millions of players, so you're probably never gonna play against the same person again. And even if you do, they're not gonna remember you. Anyways, let's move on to the next thing, which is going to be the instant double E proc. So check this out, guys. If you want to do a bunch of damage, say you're just like fighting them and blah blah blah, they're low health. This is something I actually haven't shown up too much in my videos, but you can do this right here. Basically, what you want to do is get very close to the target, but you want to E the opposite direction, and because you fly backwards and then throw it out, you get to hit them, and then you are also it's just the fastest way. I don't know how to explain it. Now, this next tip is actually something that is just really practical in, I guess, every situation ever. So we're gonna do this. And say you're just waiting to get back to full health, right? Well, when you're waiting to get back to full health or you need gold, what I like to do is throw my W and then E and then give it some time, you know, while you're waiting. Because you throw your shroud out, it expands, obviously, from where you, like, if I originally throw it right here, it's going to end up expanding. My E also ends up going more and more towards top lane, say if I'm going back to top lane. So that's just a way to save a few seconds. And I don't care what you guys say, it doesn't matter. It does matter a lot. That's just a high level way of thinking, because you definitely don't want it. Like, if you get 1 extra XP and you hit 6 1 minute earlier, that can make the difference between a kill, which snowballs a game, and this isn't like 1 in a million. This is 1 in like 10, 1 in 20 type situations. So yeah, that's very important. Now, the next thing I want to mention is if you're ever in a 1v2 and you need to get your E off. And this is especially important now that the E, Akali got updated like a few months ago, and her E does serious damage now. It's not just like a little tickle that makes you go flying. But yeah, say this is like Jinx and this is the Alistar. You literally just have to like throw your, like, put your cursor on the Jinx. Doesn't matter if the tank's in the way, because you just have to end up casting your E and then flashing sideways. Because then you'll still land it. And then if your E's on them, obviously it's a lot easier to escape them, or easier to kill them. And obviously this is really situational, but it's just something I figured I would mention, because, you know, it's important. And now the next thing, guys, this is something that's been saving me so much in all of my games, whether it be ranked that I rarely play or anything in general. Guys, this is the most important E you need to know. Get into this little crate right here. It's not too freaking hard, I swear. You just have to get into the crate, or this little, like, not the crate, this little, like, gap right here. Press E, like, right here, and then you go flying. It's super useful. This will save you so many times. And if you get comfortable with it, then you're able to start using it in your ranked games, and then you're gonna end up winning a lot more games. And obviously, this isn't the easiest thing in the world. Like, see, if I'm even like right here, I'm gonna miss, or if I'm even like right here, I'm gonna miss. Like, if you just put in a little bit of effort to practice, you will get it every time. I promise. Like, it's so worth. Like, I would go as far as saying it's worth just hopping into a game for an hour and practicing it in practice tool. I seriously am. I think it's so important. Anyways, moving on to the next thing. Anyways, guys, for the next thing, we're actually going to do a little situation right here. Imagine that you're trying to clear the whole wave, and I'm not tanking it. I'm 6 minions right here, blah, 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 it's lined up. But what you want to do is you can actually, so like right here, your Q, even though this minion's behind me, it'll still hit the minion. So you can like get in the middle of 3 minions and just clear out everything. That'll help you wave clear faster, which obviously leads towards roaming, killing the jungler, just taking the tower faster. No matter what, we're going back for your items. No matter what the purpose is, it's always a good option. And now something I kind of want to talk about is a misconception. So let's just say that you're in mid lane right now, and this is an enemy champion that you kind of want to poke out. I don't think it's worth ever doing this anymore, really, in lane at least. using your E and then just like Qing and then Eing back out, your E is kind of just too important at this point. It does way too much damage. I feel like the new age version after the update for Akali would be doing something like this, like Qing and then auto Eing out to hit electrocute. Because you might take a little bit more damage, but you're going to do way more that I completely think it's worth it. So I think I mentioned in a previous video to do something like that, but I don't think it's really worth it anymore. Now, another combo you might want to be doing is imagining... Now, something else you might want to do is imagine you're kind of like low health, and we're just going to bring ourselves to low health again. And you don't want to risk dying too much, but say this guy's low health. Something you can actually do is you can throw your Shroud out and then E, hit him, get him the last bit of damage, and then fly back out. This is also super situational. You should understand the risks of what you're doing when you do something like this. You're using your two crucial abilities. Everything other than your Q is super important. Don't be burning your Shroud and your E unless it makes sense, unless you need to do it. But guys, that's what I'm saying. There's just so many things to Akali that it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of practice. But yeah, it's just, you just have to try your best and eventually you'll get it. But just keep practicing, that's all. Now guys, another thing that I think is worth mentioning is, this is kind of like a jungling tip, but you should be clearing waves or jungle sometimes in between if you need gold in general. But the thing is, if you were to go up to like chickens and just try to clear it out, the most you can queue is I guess 4 little chickens and a big chickie. But obviously I don't even need to explain that. But if you auto attack and then you back up a little bit, then you can hit all of them. And this will save you time, because obviously it costs a lot of energy to use your Q, especially lower, earlier levels. So that is definitely worth mentioning as well. And guys, the next thing I want to mention is using your spells more when you're flying around with your E, your E2 rather, specifically. I think this is something that not a lot of people do, but it's like, why wouldn't you? If you don't have your passive ready and you can get your passive ready, why wouldn't you use your Q? Because your passive is what gets you those kills onto the assassins if you're flying into like situations. Like, you definitely don't want to be too shy about using spells. It's kind of like a weird thing to get used to, but it eventually you'll make it like you'll get used to it, I think. So I highly recommend you guys at least become good at it, or at least attempt becoming good at it. There's so many different things, I know, but you know what, guys, I think that's it for this video. That's plenty to practice, because it's going to be enough as is. But guys, I do want you all to become the best Akali players you can be. I definitely do, and I think it's possible. It's just a lot of people are misinformed on how to practice Akali, so I wanted to include that in the video. And there's a lot of mechanics and combos I don't see people using, but the most important thing I'd say is just practicing using your Q from longer distances. Don't be a noob. Don't be afraid like, oh, I gotta hit it, so let me smart cast it. Also, guys, don't use quick cast. It's very important. Anyways, you don't want to be like doing this, click, click, boom, or yeah. You want to just be like, you know, just like quickly going in and out, and then yeah, you'll do better. You'll get more wins, and I will be happy for you. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If this video gets 15,000 likes, I will do a part 2 immediately. There's always more stuff I can talk about, some juicy secret combos and all that. So if you guys want to see that, hit the like and comment down below if you enjoyed the video. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good one. Peace out.